mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You crack ass motherfuckers.
Z159 FM. O-Town's #1 rock station, Z159 FM.
Right.
Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge Morning Show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Ooh, yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
We got it all on. What's that, buddy? Sorry, I'm frazzled because I got that hip thing going on. I think my brain's not fully engaged. I feel like I've been asking people all week, like, oh, repeat that, please? Because I'm not really here. All right, you look great. That's very good. Both microphones are on, so go ahead and talk for me.
Okay, howdy.
That sounds really good. Yep, you
Okay.
both are good. Just going to get rid of that logo so we can see you. Perfect. Check that up a little bit there. Looks great. Thank you guys for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure.
How many stores have you had? Oh, well, I'm sure we'll get into that.
Well, I've had
A couple, right?
I've had a booth, and then we had half a store while the owner retired, and then now I own an antique mall that's mine.
What?
Totally, yeah.
Antique mall, you're speaking all of my relatives' language. You mentioned an antique mall around any of the Dennis relatives. If they're female, they will pull into said antique mall. There wasn't we couldn't go anywhere on a road trip with any of my grandparents or anybody because of they would have to stop and look at old stuff all the time. And as a young boy, you don't understand that.
No, you don't, and also you really don't have to advertise that much because antique people will find you.
No, I'm gonna check this up.
Okay.
We have problems with that's perfect.
Okay, is that good?
That is perfect.
Okay.
Right there. Just stay like
Yeah.
that, and I'll boost you up. This is gonna be great. All right, you got your set of notes. I got my set of notes because Andrea took photos.
Yeah.
She also, Andrea caught an audible and put one of her things in there too,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. All right, you guys good? Comfortable? Need a drink or anything? Are we
No,
good?
I'm good.
All right.
And this is for a weird job.
Yeah.
So you could just play the.
Yeah, we'll do
regular weird
the
song.
original.
Yeah.
My bad. I should have probably created something, but I wasn't even thinking about it. All right, buddy. Here we go. I'll start in 3, 2. It is another corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. On the couch with us, we got two guests for a
We do.
Weird Job Wednesday.
Do you want to do it? You want to do it now?
Yeah. Let's play it.
Okay,
start
let's
playing.
do it. Yeah, let's do a little, and let's do the classic.
All right.
The one that put this. How long have we been doing Weird Job?
Over a decade.
Over a decade. So here's the original. This is the original. Should I do a 10-year anniversary version of me singing it
What's
and
the
put a lot of Americana in it?
What's the longest unbroken bit ever done on real radio? I think this is it.
The longest.
Unbroken. Like
Yeah, because 6 Things is gone, and that would have won. That would have won, but it's gone. Sorry, it's gone.
we beat you, Russ.
We beat you.
I know radio
We beat
more
you.
than
We
you.
beat you. Who
Take
were-
that.
Who were the kings?
Yeah.
Weird
We're
job
the
winner.
kings.
I'm lazier than you are.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, Weird Job, stronger than 6 Things. I'll
We
die
just
on it.
wrote it into the ground.
I'll die it.
We're still doing
Yeah,
it.
in fact, we got a world famous "Ride It Into the Ground" theme song.
Hold
and
on.
we're-
Is it? Hold on. Did Jim Phillips do something longer? He may
It
have done
doesn't
something
matter
longer.
if they did it longer. They're not doing it now.
Yeah, okay.
That
well, yeah,
means it's
but-
dead. Who's doing it? The heroes are doing it.
Yeah,
One
now-
step lower than military.
Hold on.
One step higher than ambulance.
I gotta ask Jack to see if.
Don't ask Jack, because anytime we talk to Jack, he's like, "What the hell are you doing, you idiots?"
He's like, "You're still there."
Don't even bring attention to it. I like that people don't know. I like my new look. Nobody knows who I am. I like that people hear me and they don't even know I exist. I like that. I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm Kirby.
We're doing the longest unbroken bit
Let's do it.
in real radio
We
history.
want to do it. We're freaking out our guests. Let's do
All
it.
right,
They're
sorry.
here. We're gonna do it. It's
No,
Weird
they
Job
know.
Wednesday. It's the longest running unbroken bit
I
of all
told
time.
my children that learning the words were part of their homeschooling curriculum.
Yeah. Here we go. We're doing it.
Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday.
Because you're a good mom, you did.
Yes, yeah.
Dan really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money?
Never been done
and
before.
you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour. It's a Weird Job Wednesday.
Longest running unbroken bit.
Just another Weird Job Wednesday.
Longest running unbroken bit on Real Radio.
Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday.
Jack doesn't know we're on the air anymore.
Just another Weird
Is that
Job
true? I think it may be true.
Thank you,
Because
Tom.
no one, like, eventually things get changed or whatever
Yeah.
after. I mean, I think it
We're
is
the
11
only
years.
we're the only guys that are so overworked that we have to let the bit continue because we don't have time to sit and brainstorm a new bit.
This is my second time doing the bit.
What?
Oh, don't say that.
this was the first time-
Oh my God, you idiot!
I just met you today.
He told me that. He's like, he goes,
By the
we have
way-
some complete strangers coming in to do a bit. You guys walk in, I go, I know you guys. You guys have been listening to our show for 20 effing years.
Yeah, I want
What
to
are
say
you
it was
doing?
like 2016. It was literally 10 years ago.
Yeah. I cruised with you guys.
Yes, yes.
I knew it.
I've stood in your bedroom before.
We consummated our marriage in the Air T&D.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I watched it on our secret.
It was lovely. It was lovely.
By the way, anybody who stayed there? Oh.
Don't start that rumor. What if we started?
I'll start all rumors.
Okay, we're doing Weird Job, and we will get to your Weird Job because it's. I would say it's up there with top tier Weird Job. But before we get to that, what if we innocently started the rumor that if over the years that we had the Air T&D, which was just an extension, it was just a literally newsflash, it was just marketing for our show that failed.
It didn't fail.
It didn't fail. It
years.
didn't fail. It didn't fail. I like
3
putting
years.
failed
It
on
was
things.
lovely.
I like putting failed on things just because that's my self-deprecation, right? Like I can't really take a comment. Okay, it didn't fail.
All right.
But we did
Didn't win either.
We didn't win either. That's true. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you. Thank you.
all right, I have to preface
Thank you for
that.
prefacing.
All right, yeah.
But we did get, I mean, a collection of people having sex. Look, we have over 1,000 videos of people having sex.
For our own personal, it don't ever get out there.
We're
Just
not,
give
it's
us a
not
cut.
out there.
It was quality work.
It's
There's no
not
money
out
to be
there.
made. I can't
Literally-
market it.
No, and we're not animals here. I'm not putting it out there and sharing your business. I'm just
Unless
using
someone
it
gets famous, unless you guys
privately.
get famous, then I can market it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But just a regular person,
Well,
there's tons of that.
I was
I'm going to straight
thinking-
Hulk Hogan. I'm suing you to oblivion.
I was thinking. Okay,
we have no money. Joke's on you.
what's the hottest thing in news right now? Hottest conspiracy in news right now? Epstein, right?
Okay, all right. I thought it was the.
We are using our series of thousands of videos of powerful people that stayed at our Airbnb to broker worldwide deals. We have the way to make the world happen now.
So Sarah.
Tom disconnected from my joke. You see that? He goes, I'm out of here.
We'll do
Okay, all right.
Okay, well, it's time to get that business.
Okay.
You know, someone recently told me they're like, your show is too all over the place. You know, you guys are.
I would need to know who said that.
Because
Because then I'll know whether or not to value what they say.
It was Jack Bradshaw and higher ups in Clergental. When I said, like, hey, let's do some business, they're like, you guys are crazy.
It's too crazy all over the place.
It seems like you don't care about nothing. And I'm like, they found us out.
The jig's up.
All right, Sarah and Luis are here. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good to see you. Good
So,
to see you.
It's a weird job, and you guys, are both of you guys antique appraisers? Or what's the actual title?
There's not actual specific Florida licensing for appraising, but I've been doing this for 30 years. I quit my job at 21 to do eBay full time.
Okay.
And so over the
Whoa.
course of all of this, I now own an antique mall. And after we got married, he came on board because I'm good at some things, but not all. So he's CFO now. I'm CEO, but
Gotcha.
I can appraise almost anything. I just can't necessarily give you something that an insurance company could take. That's a different level of
Got
like
you.
certification and things like that.
Almost like the guys that know exactly what they're doing, but they don't have the certification to say, hey, this is a BMW pre-owned vehicle.
Yes, yeah. No, I can't
Same
do it.
info,
I can write it up, but
Gotcha.
but I can get close on almost anything.
Awesome.
And by the way, it's good to have a good partner in life with any endeavor.
You've been
or
beating this
marriage.
drum lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when I thought about doing this for a business, I was like, well, I'm not that funny and I don't know computers.
That's not true.
And I got a guy for me.
It was a the first
comes with a
week
little
when he
crazy.
came to the store.
It comes with a
yeah.
little crazy though. It comes with a lot of baggage.
But that's fine. I'll handle anything.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
why
need,
this guy's dumb. He saw me, and yes, I'm decent with this kind of stuff,
I
but
need
there's so
funny
much bad.
and I need computers. You see, that's all I need. The crazy, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can deal with anything.
Yeah, you can take that.
All right. So, Sarah, let's go back to when you quit your job and going eBay full time.
Wow.
So, what was your first experience with eBay, and when did you start building it and say oh, I could maybe do this for a living?
So I had a friend that worked at Thrift Co. in Castleberry back in the day, and he had been before even eBay, the internet, anything like that existed. He had clients in Japan he was selling Levi's to, so it kind of got into my head that you could resell things. And then I was married very young, and so we couldn't afford furniture. So that's when I started going to garage sales, and I'm like, oh, there's stuff I can flip here. And I worked with a lady that had an antique mall booth, and so we were chatting back and forth. And so the first couple of months, she had a web TV, and eBay had just started, and you had to pay to have your photos hosted, and then you had to write HTML to even do the listings. And I started slowly adding things. I was always interested in 1950s stuff and hit 60s stuff. I was a stoner, you know, I was into all that kind of, so I was looking for that kind of stuff. And then I had a job I hated. And I was very dramatic. I was in my early 20s, and I'm like, I'm going to die if I have to work in a cubicle every day. I just couldn't do it. And so I was so fast at the job that I had to kill time. They wouldn't give me any extra work because it would show that they were too slow. So then I just started looking at eBay listings every single day. I type in vintage dress and just look and look and look. I got a working knowledge for what maybe I could resell.
Oh my God, you were Mr. Beasting eBay. What I mean by that is you were spending so much time with it that you started to see the patterns, how to do it, what to do.
Oh, you recognize the market.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and this is before eBay even had photos on every
Right.
listing. It wasn't required. You literally had to write code to insert the photos into your listing.
I remember people that would
Yeah.
do this because they would talk about eBay as if it were AI. That's how new it was.
Yeah. And so I was doing that, and I was going, to Goodwill during my lunch hour, and I was doing it every weekend. And eventually I was making more money doing eBay than I was at my job. And so my dad came and took me out to lunch, and I'm like, Dad, I said, I want to have kids someday. I don't want to have to be put him in daycare. I have to have some way to be home. And
I villainize day. If you use daycare, I villainize you.
Well, I
use daycare. I'm kidding. That's a joke. That's
No,
a joke.
my mom
I'm
was
just trying to be hot takey.
My
I'm just trying to
mom was
just
a
throw random
stay-at-home
hot takes
mom, and she made it look like the most fun thing in the world. So that was what I wanted. And so I go to my dad. I said I could either finish my degree. I was going to get an accounting degree. I said, or I could try doing this for a little while and just see what happens. And he looks at me and he's like, we knew you'd never make it in an office. And that was the end of that. And so
better than them saying we knew you'd never make it.
Oh yeah, no,
right? It's you need a little few more words, Dad. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not someone that does well with the boss.
Yeah.
I have my functional hours, my non-functional hours, and so I started doing that, and then being able to save money. We're only had to have one car at the time. We were able to manage to have kids in our 20s, and I was able to stay home and homeschool them and do my listings at night. So it was an ends to the means, more for the lifestyle I wanted with my family.
All right.
And then after all this time, I've never done anything else.
So
Interesting.
let's talk about
You ever wanted to though?
No, I don't even want to work. I'm gonna be fishing with my dad every day.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So when you're first you start looking for stuff.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by some of your stuff over here you brought.
Yeah,
for her. He's got an old leather-bound copy of Mein Kampf here. My God,
What the hell?
it's amazing.
know,
I've never
it's
seen one with that. Is that gold inlay swastikas?
No,
We get requests. Yeah.
Wow,
It's history,
I don't
not
think she's
hate.
allowed to look at that. I don't think she's allowed to talk about that.
So I did bring some of my stepdad's coins. It's the only thing left for me.
Why is that so funny? Why do you and I love that?
Yeah.
Why do you and I love
It's sitting in my dresser drawer.
We love, Loki, Tom and I, where our comedy meets. We love old man thinks trash is valuable. We love that.
That's my entire job, is
We
telling
lo-
old men their trash isn't valuable.
Yes!
So, yeah.
we love that world. Like, you
It's
came to the right
glorious.
place. You both could not be in a more pro old man trash place.
When she tells them the truth and you see all their dreams shatter,
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yes!
it's a beautiful whole scene. I'm just
and
like,
you're there.
Oh yeah.
And you're very like you seem like more you're behind the scenes. You're organizing things. I know that she talks more than you just from interacting
my
with you guys.
ex-husband called me Dasher of Dreams, and that's basically my career.
I know I like you. Yeah, that's why we love you guys.
Yeah. And by the way, you should film this for social media content. This is great. So
That's actually really
back
funny.
to how so you start going on the and like with anything, like the more you do research and the more you like. I'm not obsessed about it, but like you're interested in something, you start learning the market of it. You start seeing like, oh, this is selling for this, or this is what's valuable in this market. And I mean, we've been talking about vintage stuff recently, and we did a show that we're gonna release with Ross, where we went to Craig's warehouse and he's selling
Elite vintage clothing,
apparel and stuff. So when you start with stuff you're interested in, but then where does it branch out with like, oh, this is what's worth the money. This is where the value is. Right. Because to do it for a living, you got to start finding the value.
A lot of it. So I'm real smug. I call them phone dealers when they're in the stores and they just pull everything and they're looking at their phones. I didn't have that luxury. I had to make a working knowledge, and you had to have an idea of your margins and being willing to walk away. And so the general rule is rich people things stay rich people things. So you're always going to be looking for designer stuff. You know, there's always going to be some value there. And a lot of it is I would just do my reps. I still do them. I'll type in vintage skirt, and then you just search from highest price down, and you see kind of, because everything's movable. Everything's kind of trend driven.
So you're
and it
testing
changes.
yourself on knowledge. You pop it up.
It's on a spectrum, a scale, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It's constantly moving at all times. Like the value of things are up and down constantly.
Yeah, so I have a whole TED talk on how the value is not necessarily in the item. It's more in the client base. And so something doesn't gain value just for the amount of time it's been on this planet. I can sell 90s concert t-shirts for 10 times more than any piece of Victorian furniture. But try telling that to a boomer. You know, and it blows their mind.
Right.
And so I end up explaining to people all the time that this is never going to be investing. It's only ever day trading. And so I have to know my margins at all times. So when I started out doing eBay, I would only spend 10% of what I thought it would sell for. So if I thought I could get $10, I'd spend $1. If I thought I would get $20, I'd spend $2.
So that was the equation. Okay. That's real low.
Oh, dude, this is perfect for you. You love keeping track of your equation, knowing how much you can only put in, and sticking to that almost as a discipline. That's your language.
Yeah. Well, that's what gambling is, by the way.
It's basically that. That's why I don't gamble. I gamble with this because I'd much.
It's the same thing, by the way.
Yeah, I'd rather spend $10 on something I could sell than a scratch off.
I see what
you know.
Yeah. Well, that's a
better odds.
No. Well, by gambling, I mean playing a market. And then so like what I call gambling,
it's
is
like
not
cow sheep.
Casino's true gambling. You don't have any say into it. You pull the thing, and then whatever happens is some equation that the casino predetermined, and it's all luck, right? But what you're doing, and then what I'm trying to do with like sports gambling, is like you're trying to buy at a good value so that you make money over time.
Correct.
And that's exactly what everybody's doing with stocks or with any buying and selling. And then you have to stay disciplined with that, because the more undisciplined you are, the less money you'll make over time.
I'm pretty much now, if it's something that I'm going to sell for less than $100, I have to stick to 25%. And especially now in the context of my store, I have people coming in off the street offering to sell stuff. So it's not like I'm going to a garage sale and I'm paying what someone asked me.
Yes.
They're coming in as a trusted person to appraise their item and then make an offer.
So you're also,
like a broker.
Correct.
Yeah.
And also, and you can correct me, it sounds like with what you're doing, one of the major pluses of it, or areas that you have to do work where you don't think about work, is that you are forming a relationship with someone and hoping that you do such a good job selling them something that they will become like a repeat buyer and in sort of your circle of that area where you know there's value to make money.
Well, especially my buyers and sellers tend to be the same people too. And so when we started the store and I knew, okay, you're bringing me the item, you're trusting me to tell you what it is and make a fair offer. So we set it right at 25%, because I had worked for a place where no matter how much something was worth, I was doing the buys for this woman. I had to start at $5. even if I knew it was worth $1,000. You know, and so you get this kind of idea that like the industry can be kind of griftery, and I didn't want any of that. I wanted it to be transparent. I get anxiety. I don't want to deal with that.
I feel you.
You don't want to take, like, if someone comes in with something you know is worth $1,000 and you're offering them a gross underestimate of what it's worth, and you kind of at that point taking advantage a little bit.
Yes, it's different. If I go up to a garage sale, you're asking $5 and I know it's worth $1,000. Well, I'm paying you what you asked for. If you come to me, that's different. That's a level of trust. And so we made it 25%, and then we also offer consignment, which is 50-50.
Okay.
So then it puts it in the person's court. So I look it up. It's worth $100 all day long. I'm going to offer you $25. I'm not going to offer you any more, but I'm not going to offer you any less. And we look it up together. Now, if you can wait on the money and I don't have any risk involved, then we can do consignment, and that's 50-50.
Now, do you have a limited time on that? Because there is some time, or I say value in you're the one storing it, right?
Well, so anything I bring,
showcasing it, handling
anything, I've never sent anything home. In the contract, it says 3 months. Mostly because I don't want people, a lot of times they'll put stuff on Marketplace and they're using your store as storage and trying to screw you out of your commission. And I don't want to deal with all that. So they can come get it after 3 months, but I have 3 solid months to try to sell it.
Okay.
But really, it takes way longer. I use a lot of fishing analogies because you have to have very specific bait for very specific fish.
Interesting.
So it could be 2 or 3 years before someone walks in that collects your item. So it's not that you can't lower the price enough to make someone buy something they don't want. So you know the value of something, but you're waiting for that fish to come by.
Oh, man, I have so many questions because like you just opened up a whole new vault for me. Can you, as a buyer with your knowledge and knowing, or as a seller too, when you see something that you know is super popular, Stranger Things, Mad Men, can you predict trends and try and get in front of it? Or like, I know that stuff's going to be popular. Just like, okay, does Stranger Things amplify a 90s t-shirt?
Not so much. It generally has to do more with nostalgia. So for the most part, people are either buying their grandma's house or they're buying what they can afford when they were in high school. So it's not a coincidence that muscle cars reached their peak value the year my dad was 55. So because he's of that age.
Gotcha.
And
so you got your
had
old
the
man
money.
money. Well, Dad had a Torino. That's how I got my mom. But, everyone else.
Yeah, it's who in society has the most amount of income.
Yes.
At that time.
They can push around, and those want the nostalgia stuff. And as that gets, now we're in the 90s, and as our generation gets older and has disposable income, then things are more valuable from this nostalgic generation.
I had a guy come in a couple of years ago, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to be like you one day. I have a storage unit full of toys from the 50s and 60s, and I've been collecting them, and I'm going to open a store when I retire." And I'm like, "Dude, you're 20 years too late."
Yeah.
I said, my kids don't care what the Flintstones were.
They don't even know.
Yeah, they don't even know. Like, they don't care about Roy Roger. Like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Wrong
target. You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's basically with vintage clothing, you have your first adopters 15 to 20 years back. And then the general young people buy vintage, and they generally buy something that's about 25 years old. So that's why the 90s is really hot right now.
Okay.
And the general rule too is if you could have worn it in its era, you can't wear it as vintage because then you just look like an old lady wearing your old clothes.
Gotcha.
And so that's why, and so you'll have people that get real mad that they can't sell these 50s and 60s dresses for as much money anymore. But again, my kids don't care. I have a 21-year-old daughter. She wears vintage, it's all 90s. And she sells stuff in my store for like stupid money, like 90s high-waisted shorts. She'll get like $40 for.
Oh my God, that's a lot of money for a pair of shorts.
Yeah, I'm paying her out every month.
So
well, good for her. Well done.
Because
it's in the blood, man.
Yeah.
We only got about 20 more minutes, and we got a million questions.
This is a good one, though. I do put this up top tier because I think a lot of people fantasize about this one too.
So have you ever found the quintessential, buried treasure, a huge valuable thing, the Antiques Roadshow style, super expensive thing that you got a hold of cheap? And is there anything like that, or you've always just been about like, fair margins and grinding it out a living?
90% has been $10 flips, you
Okay,
know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not getting rich by any of this. It's mostly just, I have a job on my own terms, and, I can be there for my kids and my parents and all that kind of
Something
stuff.
to be said
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that.
But
yeah.
probably the one that it means the most to me, it was the first couple of months after I'd quit my job. I was 21, and it was up in Mount Dora somewhere, and it was like a bin of fabric. And it was 2 for 25 cents pieces of fabric. And so I yanked out this one, and it was an Arne Jacobsen print of fabric. He's if you've ever seen the egg chair, he was the designer of that.
My daughter's obsessed
Yeah,
with the egg chair.
and so I put that on eBay, and this is when it was only auctions, and I ended up getting like $600 or $700 for it in '98
for 25, well,
for
that's
12 and a half cents.
12 and a half cents. I was doing
And,
wow.
and
yeah.
it went to the Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Jesus
Wow.
Yeah.
Christ.
And so I've made bigger scores and bigger margins, but that one's I think I'm probably the most proud of.
So you sold it. It was purchased and is now, I'm assuming, protected in a museum.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I would also flag
So-
that. It gave me a little
Yeah.
goosebumpy. That's weird,
yeah.
man. That's a wild one.
Yeah.
Sarah, let me ask you the obvious question. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves now, where they are realizing like antiquing, garage sailing. Like we had Jim Colbert on today, who's
Yeah,
going to be on a BDM
He's
show.
a pervert bum.
Yeah, but it's like antiquing and going and garage sailing and stuff has been a popular hobby for a while, and it's about finding that super valuable thing or that treasure or flipping stuff. But nowadays, and we'll talk about it with like AI and how easy it is to search for items on the internet and to find the value of certain things. Is it harder to do this now than it ever has been?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really the only reason why I have brick and mortar. If I could go in my studio and just grind out listings and then putter around thrift stores all day, I'd still be doing it. And so really everyone knows what they have now, but no one wants to do the work. And so
Oh my God, that's AI.
10 years
We have everything
yeah.
at our fingertips. We don't want to do the work.
Ten-
So that's why it's eating us alive.
10 years ago, I basically kind of figured out that in order to stay relevant, it was going to have to be a service industry. And so it's one of the reasons why we offer consignment, because they don't want to list it all on eBay. They don't want to do the packaging of it. They just want to get a check and not sweat it. And so we keep making our store, we're trying to trend younger. So we're trying to make sure that young people feel comfortable in our store. But also,
So you allow backpacks.
yes. Oh, yeah.
That's just a
you
joke.
know. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, we do. We do an under 25 discount. And
Oh,
they come in and
wow.
we're like, we have a discount for under 25-year-olds, and they love it.
They love it.
But,
They come back with friends.
yeah.
Which helps a lot.
Very cool.
But so it's more of a service. You can drop your things off. You're not having to spend all day in thrift stores. I have a curated collection of things at fair prices. It's fun to come in. We have our dogs there.
That's
and
cool,
so it's more of a destination. I'm providing an experience.
Yeah,
a vibe.
A vibe. Yeah.
And you've developed relationships over time, and so that's where the value's at, as opposed to. And now that I think about it, like the technology has made the finding the buried treasure harder, because now people go through their grandma's house when they die and they look up everything on the phone before they do the estate sale or something.
Claude, which one of my grandma's items is worth the most?
And so, now I guess garage sailing, estate sailing and stuff is less valuable than it was. But what you're doing, were those lower priced items, that is still, there's still a market for those, because that's harder for people. They have to list it if they're not familiar.
Yeah.
Like they don't know
It's
where
also
to sell
entry
it.
level, I feel like.
They just go to you, and you're like, all right, it's easier than making an eBay account and selling one item. I have no history. It's hard, like I have to deal with a bunch of stuff.
Well, we're one of the few places we bring in smalls on consignment. So a lot of stores will do furniture, but when COVID happened and everything was shutting down,
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't know what something was worth 6 months ago is going to be relevant to what's worth 6 months in the future. And I'm like, and I don't want to spend, we're going through a terrible time. I don't want to have to lowball people coming in. And so I said, let's just open up if we think that we can find a buyer for it, we'll do it on consignment. And it's a little bit more work keeping the inventory and things like that, but it made it a better store.
Okay,
Because
Well, it's reinvesting in your own self.
Well,
Like
also-
it's investing in your own brand.
And brand, and also most things are under $50. 99% of all antiques are only worth less than $50. And so it's not worth people's time, but we can make you some money. And people, they might have an idea. They bring me their crystal and china because that's what their Meemaw kept in the cabinet. When really it's the clothes that end up being worth way more money.
Really, the textiles are worth the most.
For if your Meemaw was a little bit of a hoarder. You know, and so like I made probably multiple thousands of dollars off an estate of a 90-year-old lady who literally just kept everything for 50 on years. And so it was her lingerie ultimately that ended up being worth the most money.
Yeah, I love a dead woman's lingerie.
I
can only make love to my wife in dead woman lingerie. We buy. That's all we buy. So if you get any more, please email me.
But it's the stuff that's rare. Who's keeping their Grundies around for 50 years? You know, so you find a nice, decent pair that's not gross 1950s panties, you're gonna make some money. Yeah, $400 or $500.
My grandma was notorious for buying like old school, very high. She had a lot of money.
Yeah,
and she would buy very high end like designer business wear for women. And then when she did sell her house, it became like a talking point because she still had tags on it. So it was like new old stock that people were buying these outfits that were just decades old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And set designers need them. I've sold stuff to Mad Men. I've sold stuff to all sorts of different shows over the years.
So, Sarah, let's get to some of the personal items. Because you mentioned when you got here, you're like, I did some research and I looked up the French witch, which we've talked a lot about on the show.
I can find a picture of her.
And for those that don't know what the French witch is, which I'm surprised, but it's a papier-mâché lady, like it's like I would like I mean, an old village lady.
This is the one I'm glad is not in my family because I don't know how to talk about. I don't even know how to describe why you even have this in your home.
It's life size. My wife got it from her neighbors, like in her neighbor's house. Her childhood friend had this because her dad was a hoarder. And, you know, and you mentioned hoarders, like her dad was a hoarder, and that's why he had this at the end of the hallway, and she grew up with it, playing with her friend. Yeah. And then so when we went down to Miami.
It's very Epstein-y, you know, it's like some painting of Bill Clinton in a dress.
Her friend was having an estate sale, and what the sad part about it is half the stuff that he hoarded, he didn't, like, you know, store properly, and like roaches and rats got in it, like paintings that were ruined. Yeah. And like, so all this stuff that he had hoarded for 30 years, like half of it because it wasn't kept.
Yeah, but you didn't get any roaches in your French witch. That's a Tom Van guarantee. That witch is that's as sterile as they come.
Yeah, I'm missing a hand. So anyway, so
I've spent a couple hours on this. Like, okay. So for the most
part,
if
it's worth anything over $1, I'm
selling it. So she's still an enigma and a mystery. So I mean, I spent a couple of hours. I pay for services that go back 20 years into auction listings.
Papier-mâché finder.
So my best guess is that at the turn of the last century, there was a lot of these papier-mâché dolls that were made in Europe for just like the tourist trade. Okay. Some you would buy as a souvenir, and then there was a little bit of overlap looking, and there were like older papier-mâché mannequins that in like early 1900s department stores they might have had, but she doesn't seem to be a mannequin because I pulled up the photo, like I searched it on the BDM page. I pulled up the photo. All right. My guess is that she's either an advertising piece that would have been like the store that sold the papier-mâché dolls.
Oh, I hope it was meat. Oh, it was a hot dog company.
You know,
how the irony of your wife falling in love with an old machine, like she's like, and this is old grandma hot dog. She loves killing the pigs with her cleaver.
This is Meemaw Nathan.
You know,
Nathan's grandma.
This is old Sabrette. The old Sabrette lady.
Imagine if it's worth actual money.
It's worth some money.
And she won't let you sell it.
Yeah. It is worth some money. So
put your foot down and sell it.
It's either someone made it as some kind of, they put it in the store window and your business is selling these papier-mâché dolls
in Europe. It's the Hormel granny.
Or it was some kind of like early attraction thing like Disney. Like before animatronics, you had like the Love Ride and you had like creepy lady that's propped up. Before plastics were ubiquitous, and so they would have used papier-mâché.
Oh, there's really no plastic on her. Like I've seen her 1,000 times, and when you look at her, I mean, she's all cloth. And
have you ever researched something that you've not found any history of
all the time, because people forget it's only on the internet if someone put it on the internet. I get in these arguments with people all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, I couldn't find this artist, so it has to be rare." No, it doesn't. It makes it more likely it's not valuable. It's just some art teacher in the neighborhood.
You're
that's
just slapping
very good.
people with common sense right there. That just hit me like a bag of wet noodles.
The fact that you can't find it on the internet, some people think because that's the first thing I thought. I was rich.
That's what dumb people think. Like me and you. Me and you were like, yes, and she's like, no, that just means it's worthless, and the person knew it was worthless, and they're not going to waste their time putting it on the internet.
There's no reason to put it on the internet.
Yeah,
but so. generally, so she would fall into what I call the rich man paperweight category of stuff.
That makes you cool.
Yes.
High five.
so-
I'm gonna high five you.
I
That makes
almost
you.
pumped my fist, but then I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
No, it's cool.
paperweight.
No.
You're keeping something you don't need in your garage, and you're wasting space in your mansion.
Well, that's what everybody does.
Well, the most important thing is you always have to think about who's going to buy this. People get caught up. They'll see a value somewhere, and they're not thinking, who's the end-use customer? Who's coming off their hard-earned money for this?
It's only worth something to someone
Yes.
else who's willing to buy it.
So, if I was put on the spot, I'm at an Antiques Roadshow, I'm looking at the French Witch. Okay, you're an old man paperweight. Generally, that tops out between $500 and $800.
you gotta sell that thing.
Oh my God!
$800. You're
Yeah.
rich, dude.
And so,
You're rich.
that would be
You can buy. Do you know you can buy a Roomba for $800?
Now, if it's
you can buy a badass Roomba, the one with the claw that'll pick up dog doo.
if it's something a man is interested in, then rich man paperweights go for more. So I had
That's not fair.
Well,
Yes.
no. Well, it was a propeller blade from the type of plane that the Enola Gay was. So it
Oh,
wasn't the Enola Gay,
wow.
but it was that type of bomber, right?
Hey, I got a gay
And this
plane
guy-
blade.
This guy
Hey,
had
you want to buy my gay plane blade?
he brought it on consignment. He's like the sweetest dude. He's one of my first consigners, and it's like 8 feet high, just
Yeah.
one half of this thing.
Wow.
And he had it set in like cement or something. And I said, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to sell this. I said, this is a rich man's paperweight. I said, but it's gonna be someone that's not thinking too hard about the money, that wants a conversation piece. I said, I can't really give you a value. We'll start like $2,500 and see what happens. So it was there for a couple of years, and then eventually a guy came in. He owns a monster truck business. So he's not worried about money too much. He got some jingle jangle. He can take it off his taxes.
Does
Put
this
it on
man
the
have-
business card.
Did this man have large shoes? Because have you ever heard of Bigfoot?
But so he ends the one in the buying. He wanted this plane blade to go in the offices of his business, and that's
Okay.
kind of
That makes sense. That makes
so
sense.
you can get about $1,500 out of a dude for a rich man's paperweight.
Gotcha.
Women, you can get about $500 for the French Witch.
Okay,
It'd
all
be
right.
kind of about what I would think it would go out the door for, because it's weird. So you just need a rich lady that likes weird stuff.
Yeah,
We are
yeah.
learning so much today. This
And-
totally makes sense.
And honestly, sometimes you create your own market, because then if I put it up for sale on the BDM page, it could be a bidding war, and that's probably where it's the most valuable. Honestly,
yeah.
I've created the own market for this. And
Oh, she's a legend now.
Yeah. So and then
I mean-
as a professional, you'd be like, yeah, you could make the most money selling it on your BDM pages instead of the
you
world.
sell it
Correct.
to eat my
Yeah.
wife's pee, and then he buys it.
Yeah.
He's driving around with it, sticking out of his sunroof or something.
So I.
Do you want to go through some of your stuff here?
Well,
First, you have this Nazi mannequin. Is that a real
Well,
officer's coat?
I deal with Nazi stuff in
Do
my
you?
store. So the rules of my store is that I'm not going to change history, right?
Sure.
So if it's an actual historic item, then it comes in the store. If it's a 70s flea market
Get that outta
swastika
here.
stuff,
Yeah.
get it out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I
But
feel you.
I had a guy come in, and he's like, do you have any Nazi memorabilia? And I'm just like, well, if we have like a helmet here, da 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 da. He's like, oh good, my grandfather was a Nazi, and then mic drop. Like,
Yeah.
like,
you said, don't say that.
Yeah, get out of here. What are you doing?
It's just like,
what do I
don't tell
do
me
with
Yeah,
this?
my
Yeah.
God.
Say it's your wife's grandfather.
Well, can I interest
Yeah,
you?
there was no unfortunate history. I'm trying to make
Right.
sure it never happens again. Like this,
Yeah.
this guy's just here collecting the family jewels
Yeah,
back.
get outta
like,
here. Yeah, they put those signs up, and there is a way to, like, I guess, ethically handle historical items and preserve them and make sure that they go to people that are, like, holding on to them. Yeah, I guess is that a hard part of your business? But it probably doesn't come up very often, right?
it actually came up last week. It was one of my vendors. They looked like old school pinups, but they were in like SS uniforms, and they were
wow.
contemporary. Then I looked at the company. It was exactly kind of what you thought it was. It was,
Unfortunate.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so that I pulled out because,
got to.
But yeah, if you have something like, I have a couple of, unfortunately, like Nazi swords that my grandfather picked off of someone.
Yeah.
I
I had a Japanese,
yeah.
I had like a ring that my grandfather had held onto for a very long time.
know,
It
and
had some strange insignias on it you wouldn't want floating around.
Yeah,
in your
what am I
house.
going to do? Put it in my house? But and
Yeah.
they're not worth as much as you think, because it's a very limited client base. You have your military collector that's trying to preserve history, And then you have my grandfather was a Nazi.
Right.
And there's no other client
Super
base
specialized,
past that. Yeah.
Yeah, but when someone walks in, they're like, "What the hell is this sword?" You're like, "It's a Nazi sword." And
Yeah.
they're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
You're like, imagine, or they do.
And they're like, "What's this? That's the original soubrette papier-mâché."
You know,
That's the hot dog lady from 1814.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making up a story because I guess then there's.
Oh, now you're stealing my business. Every story I make up.
So, man, there's.
I got
you can
one.
say
I'll throw you mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys do any firearms? Do you do that sort of thing?
So
Because that's what I got.
I'm allowed to legally sell things that are over 100 years old. Now, it doesn't come up very often. And so other than
That's
that, you
the
have,
law?
That's the law. Otherwise, I have to have a gun license. And also,
Interesting.
buying off the street, I technically am supposed to have, if you buy gold, silver, or anything with a serial number, you're really supposed to have like a pawnbroker's license and different, there's just different licensure and insurance for that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, so for the most part, I don't deal with a lot of those things. No, I've known antique dealers that have gone ahead and gotten their pawnbroker's license because they can make a little bit of money that
Sure.
way. I'm perfectly happy dealing with like grandma's old vase.
I feel
you know, I've made plenty of money doing that kind of stuff, and coins I know just enough to get myself in trouble.
What about old
Yeah.
toys? Because I got something for my wife here. I'll show you.
Okay.
I didn't know that these are popular. Let me see if I can find these photos here. She put them here.
I'll just show you my stepdad.
There we go. The old Buddy L truck.
Oh, that's a nice condition.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a really good condition.
This is my wife's little truck. She was given this by her father because he desperately was sad that he didn't get a boy. So,
He's like, I'll make her a boy.
I made that part up. You can do that. You can, do you know that? You know, if
Like,
you,
only play with trucks.
No.
Cut her hair short.
No, my wife, it was just one of those things you buy a toy, and it was her favorite toy, like absolutely her favorite toy. That's an original Buddy L with the Buddy L topper. But I didn't know that did you know in Toyland that Buddy L, like there are Buddy L people that like, oh yeah, I've got hundreds of original old school metal Buddy L trucks.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay. Now it's a boomer antique, and so the value's already going down. You know,
so I should get rid of it.
Yeah, if you're gonna sell it now. So
Okay, good to know.
So in that kind of condition, without having to look it up, and then you figure the client base is dying rapidly, it's probably, $100-$125.
That's a lot of money for
You
a
know,
stupid truck,
yeah,
right? Like
no.
I never get like when some people say that's $70. I'm like, holy crap!
Yeah, but if she's gonna keep it because her memory and the nostalgia of it is worth more than one trip. My wife does this all the time, where I'm like, $5, get rid of it. And then she's like, no, my feelings are worth more than that. I'm like, what?
Not to me.
My feelings are worth zero.
Toys are always 100% the condition. And so, and the reason is because it's a children's thing. So a perfect condition one is going to go for a way premium. But if something's missing 50% paint, it doesn't mean that it's 50% of what the top end one. It means
Got
it's
you.
10%. Because the value is in the fact that any kid's toy being perfect, that's a rare thing.
Tom's got an old. Like your grandpa's old blood like heart medication.
No. Old Florida women kept their valuable coins and old prescription bottles.
Do they?
From Walgreens. This is Galloway Pharmacy down in Miami.
Galloway.
That's where I was buying my mom's cigarettes when I was 13. Galloway.
Pick up my Prozac while you're down there.
Anybody familiar with Galloway? Send me an email.
There
Well,
you go.
we pulled pretty much all of our coins and any of our sterling silver off the floor in March because I don't know if you follow that. Like the price has gone up and down all year. Like I want to say silver's at like 75 an ounce right now, but it was up to 120 just like
Jesus.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And so
it's
we have all day. We have like young kids, 20-something kids thinking they're going to come get one over on us and they're looking for our silver. We call them leprechauns because they're looking for our gold.
I love leprechauns.
And
I
so
went in business with one.
And so we pulled all our silver off the floor. We've broken some hearts, and we let them spend a couple hours looking for it.
It's pretty
We're
amusing.
just
They're walking around with their flashlights and looking at
Yeah.
everything. Can you open this case
Yeah.
for me? I want to take a look at
And
that.
then I actually had someone like, "What? You're a woman? You know about silver?" I've been doing this for 30 years, dude.
Yeah.
It's my whole job to know the value of silver. And so,
Oh my God, I wrote that down.
Yeah, as of right now,
A woman
yeah.
doesn't know about
I love
silver or
the
gold.
I love the nuances of it. I was gonna bring in my grandfather. It really, it's the only thing I have for my family, really, because I am not that emotional when it comes to things. And my mom and dad's stuff, there wasn't like I always looked at it like if it was an antique, and they did have some antique furniture, it's certainly not my style, and it could certainly go to somebody who's gonna like really cherish it or use it, and it did. Like they found the person that did our estate sale really worked hard to find, and it was cool to see it go to people that were like, oh, I wanted this.
Well,
you know?
I have. You do this long enough, you end up with your dead relative stuff all over your
I
store.
bet.
And so I recently my mom was a Legend of Zelda addict, and she passed away last year, and she had kept all of her Nintendo stuff.
Whoa.
And so she had her Switch in hospice with her, and was doing like Legend of Zelda tips with the nurses. And so I'm like, oh, she's gonna haunt me if I don't sell this for top dollar. And I got like $900 for all of my mom's Zelda stuff just a couple of weeks ago. And the kid was so cute. He came back the next week. He's like, oh, I found your mom's handwritten notes all in the instruction guide,
Which makes it even
stuff.
cooler.
Yeah. You
that's
know,
wild.
and so yeah, I can draw that line. Like it was a cross stitch that I remember my mom working on for years. She would do it for like a month and then she'd get tired of it. And that went to like a country cafe down in South Florida. It's going to be on the wall there. So yeah, I enjoy that. If I can separate from my dead relative stuff, you know, anyone can do it. It's just stuff.
Also, though, I don't know, in a weird way, it kind of like it's like a rebirth of the item to see it go into something else, you know, like I think that, I don't know, there's something really cool about that energy there. You know, I'm not a hippie or anything, but I think that's cool.
You know what I want to give you, much like...
this could be Jesus, this could be anything. You're gonna get your ass beat in the middle of
I'd like to unload some garbage. Because I've been keeping my grandfather's sewing machine in my garage. I've been
I didn't
bitching
know
about
your
this
grandfather was gay.
Yeah, and my wife, it was something that he always had at his house. It was from like 1920s. It's like Singer sewing machine. I've looked this up online. It's worth nothing.
I know. I can free you from this.
But I do, just like you said, it does make it feel better instead of me
Put it in your kitchen like a TGI Fridays.
Like, I would like to give it to someone who wants it, who then gets value out of owning that because they collect sewing machines or whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't want any money and I don't want to throw it away, but I want it to go to a good home.
I know.
But then that doesn't exist a lot of times,
It's
right?
kind of because I turn down probably 10 sewing machines a week. And
you're breaking his heart.
Yeah, sorry.
Look at that. Oh my God, you're breaking his heart.
It seems like it's valuable, but it's not.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Oh no. I had a woman crying in my store one time because her grandmother had talked up this sewing machine so much that she literally thought I was going to pay 2 months of mortgage, and she's sobbing in the middle of my store. Like, some days are tough.
Yeah.
But what it is that those Singer sewing machines, they made them to last, and you can repair them. And every house had one because you had to sew your own clothes. So the only people that buy the sewing machines now are actual sewers, and that's pretty, few and far between, because those things can go through leather. They can go through materials that you would have to spend $1,500 on a Bernina to go through now. And so you can get like a refurbished one for a couple $100 and it will do everything that you need it to to
because they're good products.
That's an amazing product. Like, it makes you realize what we've lost over the years.
It's made out of metal. This thing is cast in a metal. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, this morning, Andrea, I wasn't going to bring it in here because I never bring it places, but she took some photos. I have an L.C. Smith. It's a nickel-plated L.C. Smith shotgun.
Yeah.
It was one of the first, and I did some research on it this morning because of you guys, but it was super interesting. It's a 16 gauge. It's nickel plated, which means that when my grandfather got it, it was like considered like a little bit more of like when you were ordering out of the catalog pre-World War I, you would have like added that feature to it.
Yeah.
It's not the good one. There's two, the Fultons and Syracuses. Syracuses are the more rare one. It's a Fulton, but it's never been fired.
Oh, wow.
So it's an unfired nickel plated L.C. Smith double barrel shotgun, and it was when right before World War I, it was when we were trying to emulate British hunting culture. So we had made smaller gauge guns to try and emulate that, smaller hunting that they did in England that we saw and we thought was cool. And we brought that back, and we're like, oh, we're going to do that now too. So it's like a gentleman's gun. It's a beautiful shotgun.
But for a gun collector, I mean, that's for a different market. It's like a gun
that's a weird
market.
one. It's just, I guess, am I correct in, and you guys would know this more than me, that it's real where that one succeeds is that because it's never been fired.
It's never been fired. It's definitely going to have some value. If I found myself with something like that, technically it's on that 100-year line. I could legally sell it myself, but like I don't want that on me.
Gotcha.
And so if you found yourself in a position where you were going to offload of it, you would want to go to a reputable gun store that offers consignment.
Yeah.
And just
whatever
take the
I'd
hit.
sell it
That
for,
way
I'm-
you know
yeah.
that the person's going to get a background check, like something like that. Because, I don't want to put that on Craigslist and have some be responsible for anything that happens with the gun later.
So I'll give you
Yeah.
a real life, the most valuable thing that I have that my pop-up gave me was this. It's like a Peruvian gold coin.
Back it up just a little bit. It'll get it. There it
and
is, right there.
And so I know, like, I went on some app and then I took a picture of it. And it says worth like $900. All right. Well,
Yeah.
whatever. And then it said like what it's worth gold value versus what it's worth like collection value or whatever. And I think it's worth more gold, like a lot of things are because it's just raw. Gold.
Almost any drug. People get real upset when I tell them stones aren't worth anything. They're,
Yeah.
Unless you really have like a huge untreated Burmese sapphire, the value of any amount of jewelry is literally just the metal content.
But I looked this up on a coin app and it tells me that, but I don't know its real value until I have the cash in my hand, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
what do I do? Well, what would you say I do? Like, no, I'm not going to
question.
sell this, but where would someone go to get rid of this?
I send people, my gold and silver people. There's a guy down the street. I don't know, want to give him a plug or anything, but like a reputable kind of coin dealer, not necessarily a pawn shop, but someone that has a pawnbroker's license that he specializes in coins and antiques. And so I'm sure there's places in Orlando that do that. There's a guy in town that we sell our gold,
Yeah, gold
and silver too. But given like the weirdness in the currency markets and kind of like the loose like political stuff I might follow, any gold and silver I would just hold on to right now.
Yeah, because the value.
yeah.
Wait till it
I
gets
agree.
high or sell high.
Yeah. If the economy collapses, then metals always go up.
And I'm going to need my shotgun to shoot my way out.
Yeah, like, and then the real apocalypse, you should be investing in bullets and pain pills. But, like,
I'll do that now.
Yeah, I don't get them. I don't get the pain pill. They don't give me the pain pill.
I keep eating it in my stock, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, it is hard. It's hard.
There's you get
Because-
an amount of pain pills and I take a couple.
And this is a great place to end. There is nothing better than surfing for antiques on eBay on pain pills.
concur.
So fun.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, plug your business
Yeah.
real quick. where we can
Okay,
find you.
so we're Beehive Antiques right in Holly Hill,
Yay!
Florida.
Holly Hill, Beehive Antiques.
We're next to a place called Our Old Stuff that also specializes in mid-century. And really, we supply a lot of the antique malls in Orlando. Daytona has a much lower per capita income than this area. So drive up by 4. Come have a day at the beach. Shop our stores before the Orlando dealers
You
get them.
can
I'll
hit
make
Mets
you a deal.
Lounge and have a beer.
Oh yeah, Shark Lounge is closed, so you can have that
Dude,
experience.
Shark
yeah.
Lounge was my place. I used to know the DJ of the Shark Lounge, drink for free.
Sarah's a BDM. Go talk to her. Beehive Antiques, and she'll at least show you which direction you should go.
Yeah,
you know?
best Cuban in town's right across the street from our business. Make a day
without
of
a
it.
doubt.
Man,
Yeah.
you're going to get me over there then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Come on in.
Yeah, I love
Right
it.
off
I
of
love it.
Ridgewood, right
Okay.
next to Holly Hill City Hall.
There
We
you go.
need to do more of this and have you on more, Sarah, because you are an encyclopedia of knowledge about antiques, and I want to talk more about it.
Would
I
you
haven't got to talk about my grandma's camel.
Well,
Bring me in one day for that.
Well, I would love to do that. Maybe one day we can line it up where our listeners, sight unseen, can bring in some of their treasures, and we can.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
I could do a whole scumbag roadshow.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're doing that. We're doing Scumbag Roadshow this year. Get your stuff ready.
Yeah,
So
and don't
we-
look it up because we want to disappoint you live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sarah,
make me do my work. Yeah.
crush your dreams, and we'll zoom in on you. We're like, nothing. It's worth 0.
You get nothing and like it.
Yeah.
All right. We will see you tomorrow.
Great job, everybody. I'm going to turn on some music because we do have to do a scene change here, but Sanford 3 are up next. That was great, guys. We almost could have done like 2 hours of you.
it. It take you where you wanna man, but I believe it. It take you where you wanna man, but I believe it. It take you where you wanna man, but I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
Z159 FM.
All right, let's get that out of here. Get my smooth
Did
jazz
we
out of here.
confirm if those robots for the Chinese New Year thing?
I don't confirm anything anymore.
When we were saying on the BDM show today that they
Could be AI,
did other people were like, oh, yeah, yes or no?
Okay, here's what happened. Do you want to know what really happened? We played the video, and everybody said, oh, yeah, I've seen this. So there was a variation of, oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah.
And then everybody also said, is that AI? And then everybody also said, I'm not going to look it up. And that's where we're at now. We're at an area now where people...
We're like, oh, we've seen it. Is this real?
And,
no
like,
one knows.
I don't care.
We are moving forward.
Because I think people understand that even if if it isn't real, it's disappointing because you sort of want it to be real, so you're willing to believe in the dream.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So
you haven't seen the video? Okay, hold on. Look up here. I'm gonna show it to you.
So there's
This is gonna
video
blow.
came
This
out.
is gonna blow
This is on
Dom's
Chinese closed circuit.
Put your headphones on
television
too, so you can
further-
hear the you gotta hear the dance clips.
These are robots.
Oh yeah, we're all fucked. Yeah.
No. Don't, look at the good, not the bad.
Okay, but so look at that. So then we were like, wait a minute, is this AI?
Nah, it's not. This is real. The little boy's gonna be. The little boys are worse at karate than the robots. Those robots that kill those little boys. If you did a fight,
So this is where I
oh,
thought it was
off the wall. When he
We are
does it.
all in trouble.
No. Wait till they get to
No,
the
we
top.
got these two,
Now they got it. Yeah, we got these two.
but they're less smooth.
Yeah. And their eyeballs are
Oh, no.
round.
No.
They're got the round eyeball.
I didn't mean like Americans. I meant like people. Like people.
Oh, I thought you were being
Oh,
racist
yeah.
like you typically are on our show.
And this is absolutely why. Whenever
Hold on, here's more.
Gemini or ChatGPT tells me something, I say thank you.
Now wait, like watch. Now wait for the swords. Okay, now they got nunchuckery. Wait for the swords. There's a big one. The big one. Look at the big one in the middle with the sword. He's bigger than the other one.
Oh wow.
He's tall. He's like Voltron. He's like, I'll fucking slice your ass. Look at that. Look how big. Oh man, look at him go. He's bigger than the other ones. That's the leader.
So this.
And then he holds the young boy's hand. Michael Jordan.
That young boy's got some serious testicles.
Well, he's
thank you.
by
Who are you,
gunpoint.
Michael
he's
Jordan?
forced
What
into
is
this.
it?
Did you see that, by the way?
It's fine. Don't be one of those
wait,
people.
Where are we
They
at
have
with
the-
that?
Don't be. It's fine.
Where are we with that?
We're
Oh,
fine
it's
with it because
fine.
the dad said it's fine. And
Okay.
if you're American, you will let your
And I said-
son be goosed by Michael Jordan if you're a good American.
I'll let my
Right.
sons be goosed by Michael
Me too.
Jordan.
I will let my
It's the
I'll let my
greatest
daughter
compliment.
I will let my daughter be goosed by any top tier athlete in any sport.
Don't you
LeBron, you want to
understand?
goose my daughter? Hit it.
This is where we
You know,
are.
it's different when you're with
This
your
is
daughter.
where we
for
are.
No, it's fine. It's not sexual.
No,
it's
I know, I
only
know.
not fine if it's sexual.
I can't get it
give,
out.
Shohei Otani. Would you like to squeeze my daughter's ass? Go
No,
ahead.
no.
If
come
you're
on.
famous, you can grab them by the.
Yeah, you
No,
can.
but the
Billy Bush.
ass.
Let's go to Billy Bush. Hold on.
right,
Let me
we're
put
done.
these.
Saying.
Sorry,
Let me put-
Aaron. Aaron just walked into this.
Aaron's been hit with a hurricane.
Yeah, he's like, I just got pulled over. Now
Aaron, I'm
now
sorry,
this.
buddy. That sucks.
No, I'm good. It was a good experience.
All right.
Wasn't no.
You want to get a
Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
Daniel, nice to meet
Daniel.
you, man. This guy's
I'm
got
Dom.
this guy. See, that's the way a beard's supposed to look, not like this old man homeless shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting my curse words out. We cannot
Okay,
curse.
all
Yeah, I
right.
know I said the F word like 3 times since
fine.
I've been here. Right?
We're
No,
getting
yeah,
it.
that's fine.
Please,
Yeah.
if you're talking on the mic, just get about an inch off of it or move it closer. There you go. Yep. And if you want headphones, they are available for you. You don't have to wear them. I'm gonna make you sound good.
Gotcha.
And thank you guys for being here. This will be fun.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Dom, you look good. We
Why,
got
thank you.
our
Yeah, make sure
Decision
you don't-
Tactical
yeah, that's
folks
good.
look
Love
good.
this.
They are lined up good. All right.
Love this.
Chat room is bullying Dom. We're off to a good start, buddy.
All right,
All
let's
right.
do
As
it.
per usual.
Okay. You know where this is going? This
Yep.
is Thursday.
This is Thursday 1.
All right, here we go. In 3.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Come hang out. Just search for @Tom and Dan Live. If you're on social media and want to find out what we're doing and see clips and cartoons, videos, behind the scenes stuff, @Tom and Dan Live.
So we have a version of the Sanford 3 and today,
new version,
but it's a
yes.
tactical version because it's Dom from the original Sanford 3.
Yes.
And we also have Savannah and Aaron from Decision Tactical.
Hey.
Which I've introduced you guys multiple times at the sofa races. And how many years have you been in the sofa races? It's been a couple, right? Oh, this is your first one? Okay.
Good job, Tom.
Well, there's other
hits keep
tactical.
coming.
Yeah, you've
The
been
hits
in.
keep
Hold on,
coming.
you've been in the sofa races. You guys are a staple. You're there in fact, people come from miles around to see you every year at our sofa races. How many years have you done it? This was our first year. Okay, back to you. Great job.
Well, I took a gamble that it was either this is the first year or multiple years because I didn't want to be. We've been in it from the beginning.
I'm glad you committed.
So I just went one
I'm
way.
glad you committed because I feel like a lesser man would have been like, I don't know what's happening. You're like, I do know what's happening, and I may get this wrong.
So before we talk to Dom about Mardi Gras this weekend and
Yeah.
Sanford Mardi Gras,
How bad the Orlando Magic are. How I care about him enough to bring him brought him a Desmond Bain
Look at this! Look at this!
bobblehead.
Look at this! Daniel brought me a gift
I did.
today, and I've been looking forward to this actually, to coming today to actually obtain Desmond Bain.
I got him a Desmond Bain bobblehead.
for my desk, bro.
you know what? I
Yeah.
need to do more of this because this makes you like Daniel more than me, right?
Come on.
Yeah, I know it does. What are you
talking about,
That's
dude?
what bribery does. I need to do
What do you
more
mean
of that.
bribery? We'll talk. We talk outside of business. This guy,
Yeah.
if you got money, he'll talk to him. You don't got money, he's like, I don't have time
That's a
for
lie.
it.
No,
I
that's a
only have time
lie.
for people with the money.
No, that's a lie. No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No, you.
Name the last person you talked to that was poor. Oh, wait.
Well, they're so boring. They got nothing to talk about.
They are boring.
Anyway,
They are
sorry.
boring. I'll cut that part
Savannah,
out.
Aaron, thank
Thanks
you
for being
coming
here,
in.
guys.
So let's talk about Decision Tactical. So what is it to start off with? Because a lot of people have heard the name in Sanford, but some people are like, all right, I know it has something to do with tactical. What's the decision?
I like it. Tom's like, some people that may have just introduced you have no idea what you do. What would you say to those people? What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm about to kick Dom's doll.
Don't kick his doll. He loves his doll. This would be the worst show we've ever done. If we invite Dom in, I give him a doll. You insult the other client, and then you karate kick his doll to pieces.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, that would be pretty funny.
So what is Decision Tactical?
So Decision Tactical is a fully immersive law enforcement training facility
All
that
right,
is
okay.
open to not only law enforcement but to the public. So there's two main goals, and that's to bridge lives and save lives and bridge divides.
Oh, I'm so
Okay.
glad
Sorry.
you got that wrong. Oh, God. That makes it so much funnier when you get it wrong, right?
So the save lives part is we want to give law enforcement the most realistic, up-to-date training that we can possibly provide.
Okay.
And that's going to help them de-escalate better. That's going to help them to, for the most part, I doubt there's many biases anymore, but if there is, we want to try to help train that out.
Cool.
And the Save Lives goes into, obviously now we have better trained law enforcement, but we train the public. So now the public knows how to interact with law enforcement better. They have a little bit better understanding of how law enforcement acts and what they see. So that kind of gets into the bridge divides part, to where there hasn't been a good relationship between law enforcement and the public for quite some time now. And so we're trying to bridge that divide by, hey, come take a step in their shoes for a little bit. Not that what we do is actually what they do, but it gives you a glimpse into what they have to experience and what they deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and beyond that, I think it's just really cool.
So it's a training facility, and law enforcement can use it, but other people can, like, I call them normies.
Yeah.
like
Pedestrians.
And by the way, I have a lot of biases. So you know, when I'm in there, I'm shooting everybody. The hostages.
He's really the worst. Yeah.
I'm looking to shoot the hostages first. Anyway, so now what kind of weapons are you using? How does it work?
So we have Glock 47s that we convert with what's called a Dvorak kit, which makes it to where there's no projectiles, but it cycles and functions like a real gun.
Wow.
And we have a module that we've created in-house that has an IR laser that communicates with the screens that you're shooting. So you see exactly where you're shooting, you're getting feedback if you've missed or not, and also whether or not it's an effective shot. If you shoot someone in the leg, it's not exactly going to, take them out of the equation. So
Gotcha.
It's
yeah, we're not shooting like Bibles out of people's hands here. You're trying to put this person down.
That's a common thing. People always ask, why don't cops just shoot people in the legs? Why don't they shoot them in the arm? Why don't they
Shoot the hostage. I learned it from Speed.
Exactly.
That's where I get all my tactical information.
So, come and try it. Come and see what it's like. Here you can make the mistake where there's no true mistake. You learn from it, but you can take that shot and try to shoot someone in the leg, at 7 yards and see how realistic that is.
Right.
So are you going
Smaller
through
target,
like what's
faster
the
moving.
inside like? What am I? What's the arena like
Mm-hmm.
where I'm making these decisions and I'm holding a real Glock? Is it shooting ammunition like where a round is coming out?
Nope, it's all CO2. So
Okay.
you
But it feels like it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the way
So
it's
the action's
converted,
similar.
it cycles like a real gun. It's very close to the recoil you would feel with a real Glock 47, but there's no projectile, and it's all CO2. So there's no true risk.
That's cool, man.
And are you dressed in tactical gear? Like how? Like explain to me the
not
experience.
exactly.
Okay.
So the experience for guests and for civilians is a little bit different than the experience for law enforcement or like security groups or first responders.
Someone
or
doing actual training.
actual training. Yeah. And so we have a 43,000 square foot facility. We're actually in an old movie theater. So if you can imagine the size of a movie theater, and each theater has been converted into an immersive experience.
Where's this at?
We are near the Sanford Mall.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So this is the old Sanford Mall movie theater.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Boy,
So
this guy's we got a detective over here. I don't know if you might want to put him on your force. Like, I don't
Give me 2 guns.
You earn the 2 gun bonus for answering the detective question.
Oh, shoot them all in the legs.
If the movie theater in Sanford closes down and they convert it into Decision Tactical, where is Decision Tactical located? Tom.
you were right, though.
He's gonna kill me when you
I'll
guys
shoot
leave.
my
by the
own
way.
legs.
He's gonna kill me when you guys leave.
So we're not done building out our facility yet, which is also really cool. So we still have space to build new experiences and developing more technology. So we have a shooting range.
Nice.
So if you come in as a guest, typically you're going to start in the range. You're going to get some hands-on training, and this is kind of tailored to you based on your experience. You know,
Gotcha.
like someone could come in and have no experience at all, be uncomfortable, have never touched a firearm before. But then we also have veterans and people with experience that come in and they still love to do it and they still learn from it, because we can kind of meet you wherever you're at. So everyone is paired with one of our captains that does that hands-on training with you.
Cool.
We treat every firearm like a loaded weapon, so you're able to build a muscle memory with no risk.
Yeah.
Because you're able to, if you do make the mistake of flagging or, pointing at someone or something, you're going to be corrected, but there's no actual risk of hurting that person.
Gotcha, yeah.
So
you're kind of getting in the
reps.
mindset of it. Yeah.
So you start out in the shooting range. We have like a range intro that the captain will take you through, in which we do different drills. So we'll do reload drills. We have a lot of different targets, and it's all digital. So the targets that we've developed, we have a ton of different targets and a ton of different drills. This is also different than a traditional shooting range because there's so many safety concerns in a shooting range that you're really limited in what type of drills you can actually do. So we do like non-dominant hand shooting drills. We do one-handed reload drills. We do move and shoot type of drills, and all these things that you just really you could never do in a shooting range.
Gotcha.
And then after you leave that, we have different flow options. So you can do all of our experiences or you can do a basic version. But we have 2 very immersive experiences. One is a house scenario, and you can run it like your law enforcement showing up to a domestic violence situation. And it's a fully built out house, and you have to go through and clear all the rooms. Or it can be switched, and it's run as a home invasion. So you're sitting on the couch with your partner, and your home is being invaded, and you need to protect your home. So then we have a mall scenario. That one can switch, so it can be a competitive target shooting, or it can be like a public mass shooting, almost terrorist situation where you're law enforcement, again, going in and protecting the general public.
Oh, wow.
We have our diner/street scenario, which is kind of based off of downtown Sanford. So you go into a diner, and if you're police, you go in, you're having a late night
2
coffee.
cups of coffee, Betty.
Exactly.
Oh, no!
And
get my long gun.
Betty's got a gun. And you see on the news that there's a domestic terrorism, there's something's happening outside, and it just happens to show up right next to you. So you go out, and the immersive experience aspect of it is so cool. It's really hard to know what it's like until you've done it. But
Yeah.
for example, in that scenario, we have an entire Mini Cooper and an entire motorcycle is there inside of the scenario with you, to where you can learn to like shoot from cover versus concealment, to hide behind a vehicle, things like that. So that's a really cool one. And then
I think you can tell by Tom's haircut that he's ready to do this.
Right? I was born ready.
Yeah, this guy's ready. This guy.
Yeah.
Now,
I like you do a like you simulate a domestic terrorism or whatever, and then like all hell's breaking loose, and then you're like, shoot the terrorists, and then they start shooting, and you stop and you're like, that was a racism test.
Yeah.
You failed.
You failed. You failed the test. I'm sorry.
And there's tests like that, which is why, like, that's kind of that bridge divides thing, because going into these experiences, it is very immersive and it does feel very real.
Yeah.
So in one of the scenarios, there is like a vigilante thing that you experience where, you know, as law enforcement, you would have to do something to de-escalate this. You would know if a person is a threat or not.
Right.
I went into it, I shot the vigilante immediately the first time I did it. I didn't ask questions. I shot first and asked no questions actually at all.
Yeah,
So
that's what I do.
Yeah.
You're a Tom.
I was like, I don't know why you showed up with a gun here,
I'll
but
shoot
I'm not.
before we even start.
So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think my video is my wife going, "Why are you just shooting everyone?"
Oh, she's on camera screaming
So-
that. Yeah, that's
okay,
awesome.
well, let's talk about like a broader question of, and Aaron, that you were in the military, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you've had training.
You can tell by the way he said yes, sir.
Yeah, no.
When's the last time you called another man sir?
Well,
You can tell by the fact he looks like he could bend you into a pretzel.
I know.
no,
It
no,
really
no.
does. He's got gorgeous eyes too.
Hey, by the way,
Don't let his eyes distract from the
Was it-
fact that
He's very
he
kind.
is a muscle man.
was it true you got pulled over on the way here?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God! Did you tell him that you were gonna be on the world famous A Mediocre Time
No,
and a Corporate Time with Tom and Dan
You got
show?
something in your wallet. My buddy does. He's a firefighter, and he's got his like whatever
Challenge
500
coin. You just pull out a challenge
He's
coin.
got a star and his like professional courtesy. You flip it and you show the cop, and they let you go. And he told me that's what that works. I was like, where can I get one of?
All us military guys stick together.
Yeah. Do you have some sort of military star you in front of your license? You show.
Unfortunately, I do not. But
right.
luckily, this officer was very respectful and very
Nice.
kind, and he gave me a warning. So it was a good experience.
The ladies won't do that. The ladies won't do that. They'll write you a ticket. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
Oh, they want professional courtesy.
Professional
Come on.
courtesy.
Anyway, so
the decision tactical gear might have helped as well, because we
True.
have done training with almost all of the surrounding counties departments. So
And that's how I know of you guys. It's from
Yeah.
other buddies of mine that are police officers that know about you. Yeah. That's honestly how I don't think I knew that I could just buzz down there and participate. That's pretty cool.
We should set up some time off and go down there. It's fun.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
But my point was that I know a lot of people that have firearms and they have them to protect their the houses or whatever, and then they think in their mind like they have no training whatsoever. And they have no plan to actually how they're going to protect the, Jim Jeffries has a joke about this. Like you run over to your safe drunk, in the middle, like, oh, I'm drunk most of the time, high, whatever. I go out, I get my gun, and then I'm like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, shooting into the door. I was like, oh, my wife's.
That's why we laughed. I think
I
most
shot
people.
my wife.
I think most people's scenario is, there's someone trying to break in my door. I'm gonna run to in my boxers. I'm gonna run to my bedroom drunk, grab my shotgun, and then blast through my own door. That's what most people think they're gonna do.
Yeah, or you're gonna do some sort of tactical roll. You're gonna be somehow
Tactical roll.
you
Come
know,
on.
like you're gonna hit a mark. It's like there's lots of things that no one's thought out, and then like having some sort of training is probably safer for everybody. Like to be trained with a weapon that you own, right?
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of people that have guns, they don't train with them, and at that point, that gun can become a paperweight. It's like anything. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And-
Or end up hurting yourself because
Exactly.
maybe the person breaking in is like, oh, he's got a gun. I didn't have one.
By the way,
I'll just take it from him.
and I've said this for years, if I did break into someone's house and you had a gun, if I can get it, I'm using your gun to kill you. And I'm going to do it every time. Because it's the most insulting thing you can do to somebody if you break in their house. You're like, oh, you got a gun, you were going to kill me? Joke's on you. I'm going to kill you now with
Yeah.
your own gun.
But having some sort of training and being comfortable with it is probably your only chance to actually successfully, use a gun against someone that's breaking into your house, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you pull it out and you pull the trigger and it goes click and it doesn't shoot, and you don't know how to fix that problem, now, like he said, that person, if they know how to use it, can take that from you, and now you're killed with your own gun.
Yeah,
or, you know.
and they're mad you tried to kill them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't be like, I'm just joking.
Definitely
No,
escalated.
that's what I'm saying. now you will feel my anger.
Hey, I'm just joking, bro. I wasn't gonna kill you.
I
I
was-
saw you pull the trigger. Your bullets are old.
Can I level with you? Can I level with you as a robber?
Yeah.
I just wanted your Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I wanted
wasn't
your
even-
rare. I
you
wanted
tried
your
to
rare
kill me.
Pokemon cards, and I was gonna get in there and steal them, and maybe get some of your wife's panties. But now you pulled a gun on me,
and you pull the trigger.
And you tried to kill me.
Yeah, you tried to kill me. It's just old bullets, and you have no idea what you're doing, and you're drunk. Now, like, how do people get involved? Is it like something you have to make reservations for? Do you just show up?
So we recommend reservations. We do it like a time slot system. So you run through what we call our flow in a specific way so that you can like maximize the training, right? So for that reason, we recommend reservations, just so when you arrive, you don't have to wait, and kind of it gives you a better experience, really. But we are able to take walk-ins when we have the space to do it. We've been getting busier, so sometimes we do have to turn away people that walk in. But like, for example, we do a happy hour special in our underground, our new experience. And for that one, typically you can walk in. We open that an hour before the rest of the experience is open. And then we also offer a lot of training classes. So for those, we do recommend that you make a reservation. We just did a concealed carry tactics class. So we had different concealed holsters where you were able to practice in the range with the concealed holster and practice different types of carry and see how accurate you were and how easy it was for you to quickly reload. We practiced if you were to be sitting in your car with certain types of concealment,
That's
things
cool
like that.
that you offer that, because like with anything, when you're doing it, something as simple as like a guitar, like I'm a little guy. So not all guitar necks are going to fit my hands right. Same thing, I would imagine, with a gun. It's a pretty personal decision what you're carrying, especially if you're doing concealed carry. So finding the right thing to wear that makes it so it's useful to you is important.
Yeah.
You know, when you walk out there, I've got my old cowboy on the outside tied around my jeans on the bottom.
Yeah, just like most people in Florida, I've got one in my safe. I haven't touched it in years.
Right.
You know, and so you finally take it out. You're like, oh, it was a heavier than I thought. You're like, oh,
what is this thing?
If you're not comfortable with it, then or comfortable with firearms,
You probably have no business even using it in the first place.
Oh, it's not even gonna help you.
It's not going to help you.
Yeah.
And you lose your fine motor skills as soon as you have like adrenaline through your body. So these type of drills are important too, because if you did need to reload, or you do, like if you need to make any of these modifications to things, if you don't train under pressure, you are just going to completely fumble, like your hands don't work whatsoever.
Man,
is it
if
fun?
if I'm in my house and I need to reload, I have a big problem.
Yeah.
We're going to round 2 now.
If I'm thinking about needing to reload, I'm like, I'm screwed.
You throw the gun at him.
I am screwed. My
Is
family's
it fun
dead.
or is it
It's
very
so
intense?
fun.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
I bet it's one of those things though where it is fun, but it's very intense. Like when I do stuff like that, sometimes I get to the end of it and I don't even remember what I just did because I was like, oh, that was wild.
Well, that's what most people are using it for. Is like you are learning valuable, techniques and learning things, but also it is fun because you get to do something normally you wouldn't get to do.
That's a rare thing.
Which is like shooting a replica gun at the targets in a real world scenario, and like you get a version of the pressure it would be in like the real scenario.
Sure. Yeah, we call it edutainment. So it's like education and entertainment, and it's a nice balance between the two. But again, you can get really whatever you want out of the experience. I've come in and been like, I just did my bridal shower there, and a lot of my friends had never held guns before.
That's funny.
And so I wanted them all to do it and experience it, anyone who wanted to. And so, it was a nice blend because these are a lot of women who have never even held a firearm before. Some of them are scared of firearms, who were able to get this training, but then go and do our competition course and compare scores to each other and have to bob and weave through obstacles and all of these things. So it really can be both.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a company outing, or like the different things, like where you get a group of friends together, or like bachelorette party,
Absolutely.
like things like that. So Aaron, back to like you serving in the military. because you actually would. In Savannah was telling us what did you do in the military?
So I was in the
Before
Navy.
I screw it up.
I was gonna say, I'm literally blown away that you did what you just did.
That's the first time.
I know. Did you see the look of shock? I'm like, is he gonna actually go like, before I get this wrong, what do you do?
Full Corolla, and then I stopped myself.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry.
Yeah, what did you do in the military?
So I was in the Navy. I was what was called a SWCC, Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman. It was insert extract platform for all different types of special operation forces. The best way to describe it that I know is if you've seen the movie Act of Valor, that was our guys. In that movie. So there's SEALs in that, but then there's also our guys on the boats. So the last 3-ish years that I was in, I taught small arms and basic ground skills. So shoot, move, and communicate. And so.
Is that the best? I know this is a real stupid question.
Ooh, I like these.
So like
and they're really stupid when he calls the shot. It's real dumb.
Like, have you seen anyone in Decision Tactical go an alternative route and go the movie route and have success? As opposed to
I'm gonna shoot this. I'm gonna shoot the stoplight to fall on the guy's head and El Kabong him.
No, what I mean by that is the over-the-top Matrix-style gunfight route, where you're leaving yourself exposed, you're taking an insane amount of chances, but they actually made it through the course and had success, as opposed to keeping yourself low, you know what I'm saying? Like the SWAT, the tactical route, which they train you is like, this is the best way. But have you ever seen someone go rogue and have success?
We've seen a lot. Well, probably no, I haven't. I've seen a lot of people go rogue.
Yeah, because in
reality,
reality,
shoot everything that moves.
But it's probably the tried and true. Do it this way. This is boring. I know it's boring. It's boring because it saves your life. That's what works, right?
And there's parts of it that can be fun. Like we have breach doors. So in multiple of the experiences, you actually have to kick in a door.
Yes.
Which is really fun. So like that part is fun.
Oh, I do it in front of my daughter when I'm mad at my wife. She loves it.
She's hiding under the couch.
Yeah, she's hiding under the couch. I got my gun out. I'm like, tactical! I'm screaming tactical the time. I'm not. I don't do it either. Too small.
Our competition course has a lot of obstacles and things that you have to go through. So like that's your opportunity to like play John Wick. In our more competitive shooting experiences. Like for Valentine's Day, we did a Mr. and Mrs. Smith all weekend.
Whoa.
So it's like there is the opportunity to do that and have fun with it. And some of those experiences like our underground, which we just recently opened, that's another one. It's target shooting, it's timed, there's levels, you're trying to beat the level to get to the next one, there's obstacles, and you're target shooting, so it can be a little bit more fun. You can be funny with it. If you want to do a roll on the ground, you could.
But it's a hard thing to balance, and I applaud you guys for trying it too, because you're trying to, there's an entertainment aspect here, but then there is like a deadly serious educational aspect here too, because outside in the real world, when you're not in the, the facility, if you are dealing with a real firearm, it's dangerous, so you guys are, that's why it's like, I like the idea of being able to, I like that it's all real feel kind of stuff, because you're right about the muscle memory and like knowing what you're doing. Yeah. And not to steal your term, but reps. It's like you will get more comfortable with it. I think sometimes I only see people when I've gone to places and seen people handling guns. You can tell who knows how to handle a gun and who can't, and just by how they pick it up the first time.
And almost like privatizing the training aspect for law enforcement is you would almost have better stuff than they could even have. Because you now involve the general public and you make money and you can have better facilities. Like they're dealing with government funds, and they everybody's low. Anybody's worked in government knows that like your training facility could have been built 20 years ago. So it's like it does help with keeping on the cutting edge of technology and what you guys can provide, as opposed to like even law enforcement training facilities, right? Like you guys could even have maybe better, or like how does that work with like, because law enforcement does train at Decision Tactical?
Absolutely.
So they do that because you guys offer something that
no one else offers.
They don't have that.
What we have is something that no one else in the world offers, how realistic it is. And then with our technology and the programs that we have, the immersive technology so that people can actually be practicing making decisions under pressure. part of the process is de-escalation. When you're going into one of these scenarios and you're interacting with someone, there is a person on the other end controlling this avatar you interact with, and based on your body language and what you say and your volume can change the outcome of the situation. And there's people who you can de-escalate and there's people who you cannot, and that's how it is in the real world. So going through this type of training, it's not just role playing with people who, you know, maybe don't take it that seriously or it doesn't feel serious. You're in there, there's a dog barking at you, someone is in trouble, and like it is a very immersive feeling.
There's a guy yelling at me. I'm like, hey guy, hey, I'm your buddy here.
Shoot you.
Hold on, hey guy,
shoot the dog.
No, let's just put the gun down. Let's just talk this out. I noticed your shirt says T&D. You listen to Tom and Dan? You like that show? Common Bridge here, buddy. Let's talk this out.
So Aaron,
that's pretty good, right?
So
good,
before we go to Dom and we start promoting Mardi Gras.
Oh, Dom's so high he doesn't even know he's here. Doesn't know he's here.
So Aaron, you just met me, Dom, and Daniel all together, right? You just met us all today, and from this,
You doing a magic trick?
from this limited interaction, who would you predict would have the best results in Decision Tactical? Who would be
I
the
knew
best?
you were gonna ask.
Who would have the most discipline and have
just
the
so you
best
know, if
shot?
you don't answer him, he's gonna be extremely disappointed.
Are you just from looking at Dom, me, Daniel?
Where you're looking at biker, where you're looking at stoner biker and the cop. Who do you feel? Who's giving off tactical vibes?
Who do you think can listen to direction the most and just be the natural shooter? What would you say, Aaron?
Well, I mean, I think you'd all surprise yourself. You know,
Okay.
it's just the situation depends. The scenarios are a little bit different, and one might thrive in another. But, you know, honestly, usually the quieter ones are the ones that kind of take charge at certain points that you wouldn't expect them to. So I got to go. I got to go with Dom over.
What?
Yeah,
He's the worst one.
Well,
He loses gun.
You know what? I didn't expect that answer. Actually, worse than if you said me.
No, the loud ones.
Well,
They're the leaders. Go on,
there's something
Aaron.
very, very important that you guys are forgetting.
What?
I grew up in St. Cloud, man.
That's true. Knows his
We
way
were
around
out
Like
there.
we're
fires.
in Miami.
I've been out in the woods shooting cans and drinking wild turkey before you boys were
That's true. Swamp people in St.
Yeah,
Cloud.
something or other.
The
But
city
yeah,
area, St. Cloud.
yeah, we
No one
shoot
even
a lot of
spoke the
guns.
language I grew up in.
We shot a lot of guns when I was growing up, and I've been to Decision Tactical, and I didn't do too bad.
All right.
How'd your
Except
girl
for
do?
my wife, she did terrific. She does great at things like that.
Do
yeah.
you guys find that who does better? Is it that age-old trick where the ladies
A lot of times that's the case.
I knew it. It's
My
like scuba diving.
father-in-law and my mother-in-law came out, and my father-in-law was ex-law enforcement with the feds, and she was not, and she actually outperformed him.
Well, you know, they listen to all the instructions. You see here, they're like, I'm going by emotion, I feel.
You go by feel. When you do most of your police work, you go by feel, right?
Yeah.
Tom has something interesting. We've been
I can tell who's a criminal just by looking at them.
He can. He's been doing this thing lately. The only two people I know of that have it are Steven Seagal and Tom. And it's that Cajun.
sense.
What do you call it?
The
Cajun
spider
sense.
Yeah. When they walk by, I can tell if they're a criminal or not, if they're packing or whatever.
So I will say, we're supposed to train that out of you.
No, but he doesn't. People will walk by me and they'll be like, "That guy's a bad hombre," and I'm like,
"That's my greatest skill, Savannah.
Yeah.
Don't train it out of me." That's a
They
superpower.
call him Profiling Pete. He loves it.
I'm like 80% right.
He really is.
Yeah, the 20%, you know.
And most
whatever.
of his are just stereotypes.
Well, that's the most right. Anyway, sorry. All right, Dom, let's talk about events.
Yep.
Because Decision Tactical has been a sponsor of a lot of these events.
Actually,
coming
Decision
out.
Tacticals pretty much sponsors every single event
thank
that we
you,
have
guys.
lately. They're awesome. We love us some Decision Tactical. They're a great company to work with. We actually had our Christmas party there at Decision Tactical this year.
Nice.
The food was great. The games are I don't know, you call them games or
I think
simulations. I guess
you're dismissing it if you
What should
call
we
it a game.
Right. The simulations were all fun. Everybody had a great time with it. So we love us some Decision Tactical. Plus, they're the Sanford 2 part of the Sanford 3 today.
Yep, part of the
you
Sanford
so
3.
we automatically love some people out in Sanford.
Okay, the chat room is really hitting you hard.
No, screw. I don't care what they say. I'm not listening to them at all.
My favorite was Dom 100%.
Yeah,
Love that.
they all went on and on time. They're saying they're calling you drop foot tactical.
No,
they're saying your hands are too tingly to fire a
how
gun.
dare
They're
you.
going hard. They called you that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Aaron, I know Aaron's packing right now. If he gave me his gun, I'll show you what I can do with it.
I can shoot through our ceiling into the construction workers doing the tile upstairs.
Yeah, we can set up some targets.
Set some cans out in the lobby. I'll blow them sky
and I
high.
put some toilet paper in my ears because I made that mistake.
Aaron looks at you like, oh my God, what have I done?
Dom, let's talk about
how do we
Mardi.
pivot here? We pivot from this exciting stuff to just, hey.
No.
now-
Look, you got to get the business done.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had our fun, so now we got to put our heads down and get the business.
Mardi Gras this weekend. What
Mardi
is
Gras.
going on?
So Mardi Gras this weekend, we're doing our sachet that we do every year.
Yeah.
So we have our parade that's going from, I think it's 6th Street in Sanford down to 1st Street.
Do you have a trumpet leading
2nd
it?
Street.
Yeah, what's in
we
the
have
parade?
that. We have the O-Town Brass that's going to be handling all that. They're going to be so basically for our parade, for our sachet, we invite everybody and anybody to join us and walk in the parade. So if you're hearing me right now and you want to come and walk in the parade, and you can pass out your beads or you pass out your business's cards. We don't really have any.
I have some literature on a religion I would like to start.
Absolutely, bring it. Love it.
Yeah, some pamphlets on how to live your life. I want to give people.
Yes. So come and join us if you want to come down.
What time does it start?
So it starts, I believe, at 4 p.m. is when the parade starts.
Nice.
And then the parade walks down Stanford Avenue down to 2nd Street, and that is where the festival is happening, the Mardi Gras party.
Love it.
We've got music by the Sweet Talkers. We've got O-Town Brass is going to be playing.
Sweet Talkers are an underrated local band.
Love them.
You turned me onto them because I know, obviously, members of.
Right. So the sax player is for Sweet Talkers is in the Supervillains. So
yeah, good band.
Right.
It gets back to me via our listeners how good that band is. In fact, I'm supposed to tell you we have to book that band.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. They're terrific. It's all just top notch musicians.
Yeah, and
that
what kind
take
of music do they do?
seriously.
It's like laid back, chill kind of stuff, right?
So
Or like,
I think for this weekend we're just doing top 40 and just I would imagine if you had some requests you could probably punish them.
it's
with
very
some
laid
requests.
back.
Absolutely.
And Eric loved it. Other listeners are like, "Hey man, you heard this band Sweet Talkers?
They're
I'm down
just
in San
really
Francisco."
good musicians.
Yeah.
Right. So you got the Supervillains that were up there for the fart jokes. These guys are actually musicians that care about music. Yes.
I like the fart jokes.
Me too. Personally, it's terrific.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
love
villain guy. So,
Love it. Love it.
And
So
it's a free event, right?
it's a free event to join in the parade, and it's a free event to hang out, listen to the music, and party with us all day. We have food trucks, a ton of food trucks, got a ton of vendors. So there'll be, I think there's something like 30 food trucks that'll be down there. So lots of stuff to
Yeah, I was
choose
wrong
from.
about the food truck thing. I think I thought earlier on, like years ago, like maybe in a decade ago, that I was like food trucks, they'll burn real hot. And then eventually everybody will see the error of their ways and like, no, buildings are where it's at, man. And I was so wrong. Like people were like, nah, I don't
Did
need
you
a-
do the judges with us one time? Did you judge with us yet?
I think I had to I had to reschedule. I'd love to do it because a lot of the food's truly unique. A lot of the stuff you get at these
we
food
have a
trucks
battle
is-
in April, so because we do our food trucks every
I'll do it.
second
I'll judge.
Sunday every month. But once in a while we have a battle, so we have like 50 food trucks for the battle edition.
So many food trucks.
So we have judges that will, of course, taste. 20, 30 different entrees and little pieces and bits here and there, but. Our food truck events are awesome.
They're huge.
I
Yeah.
love them. They're so much fun.
Second
big.
Sunday of every month.
Right.
Eric's always out there.
Oh, he loves it.
Giving out Tom and Dan promotional items.
Shout out to the churro guy too.
Oh,
Yeah.
the churro guy. A little Bavarian.
I
cream
forget the
in there.
guy's name, but he's a great. That's the top notch best churro
Oh,
guy.
that's him. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's terrific.
delicious though. Love the churro truck, so good. But okay, on to the next thing. What is the next thing?
Well, next thing we got Pints and Paul's. That's March 28th.
Right.
And that's a gigantic beer festival. All the proceeds go to awesome pet charities.
I believe if we haven't already hit it, but I believe this year might be the $1 million that we've raised
That's
for
crazy.
local pet rescues and things like that. Paul guys have they're super dedicated to this charity in particular. This event is huge every year. Tons of beer, tons of animals everywhere. There's dogs, great looking dogs everywhere.
Yep. I love the fact that, there was a time when dog events started like drying up a little bit, because, some people are, irresponsible and stuff. But this event, it is the most positive and fun family event you can go to.
Well, most people
Pints
are
and paws,
like
I love it.
Me and Crystal, where we bring our dog and it starts biting everybody.
Yeah,
It
you are
bites
the
other
people.
dogs.
Yeah, you're the people.
And then Crystal.
You're the people I'm talking about.
As
You're like,
Crystal-
I got a good idea. Let's take our dog down and share the love.
And then Crystal's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this happened." I'm like, "You can't." It happens every time. I'm like, "How
That dog bit a scar into my Dalmatian's ear.
Yeah.
And your wife was like,
it
"This
bit my
never
niece.
happens," and you were like, "Yes, it does."
Yeah, it bit my niece in the face one
Yeah,
time.
he told me. He's
And
like,
I'm
this,
like, "Oh my
he's
god!"
Like, he's like, I bring it, lead over, and she bit Isley, and then your wife's like, "This never happens," and you elbow me, and you're like, "This dog's a killing machine." It's a killing machine.
Sugar and Prudence don't leave the house very often.
Are they bad girls?
No, I'm just.
Yeah. It'll bite everybody.
I'm not worried about. I'm worried about something happening to them, and then I have to what do you do to a dog that's biting your dog?
Oh, you gonna let? I have a rule in
I
my
didn't
house.
know decisional tactical telling me that I'm kicking that dog somewhere.
I am
down
one
the-
of the only people that if I'm out with my dog and then a bigger dog starts attacking my dog, I put my hands up and this is the way it was meant to be.
What are you talking about?
They're fighting it out.
No.
I let them
It's
fight
a
it
circle
out.
of life.
Yeah, it's a circle of life.
So the real way, it's not the most fun. Well, some people could say, I don't know. I'm going into this badly. The true way to break up a dog fight and what they do at like dog shows and stuff. Everybody carries a pen, and you stick the pen up the dog's butt that's attacking them.
What kind of pen? What kind of pen? Because I think the supervillains have the same rule about Dom, right?
That's how they let go.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, Dom, he won't get away from the Jaeger. Get a pen."
I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
I can do it.
Well, just
I don't even need a pen. Hey, comedy. That's a joke.
Yeah. I mean, just the.
What were you guys thinking? I was thinking finger.
Well,
What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, the
Jeez.
scuffle alone is like hard to get the pen accurately.
You might not have to get it all the way up there. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
you
just a
know,
little bit?
they're probably pretty
Easy.
sensitive to it. It just like knocks their
You can
brain
even just
out
have
of
the
it.
pen cap. That's all you need.
Wow.
The one that you chew on, the blue one, like a Bic standard.
Aaron, I got another tactical question.
Okay, last question because we are going to run
So
out of
I
time
saw
here.
the documentary about SEAL Team 6 that went in and got Osama, right? And then I think everybody's seen that, right? And then so now and a lot one of the members is like a lot more outspoken than the others because he's on most of like media and the documentary.
There is one that's outspoken where people are like,
He's
"Well, you're
retired.
a liar." That he's not. Do you know
Okay.
what I'm talking about? There's a guy that like claims to have done it and he didn't do it.
Oh, well, in the documentary, that guy's legit, I believe, right? The like Netflix documentary.
I haven't seen it.
But anyway, so one of the guys he was telling the story, and he said that one of the guys fell asleep in the helicopter on his way, like they're already in Iranian territory, and then there was like a half an hour helicopter flight, and he just fell asleep, and I'm like, how the hell did this guy fall asleep like he's just on some passenger jet to flying to New York or something with his pajamas? Like he's about to go try to kill Osama bin Laden.
Right.
And he fell asleep. And then I was like, that's a different brain wiring that these guys have at the highest level where their adrenaline doesn't spike anymore or where like they are totally calm. It blew my mind that he was able to fall asleep. So is it like that? Like they're so well trained at that level? Are you talking about like SEAL Team 6 level that it's their brains are wired differently that we can't even comprehend, right? Like
it definitely takes a very specific type of person, and I mean I can't speak for that person, but I imagine he just was at peace with what he was about to do, and he knew that his tactics were flawless.
And he trained so much that
That's how I am with this show. I'll be riding over here, and my Tesla is driving itself. I fall asleep in the car. It parks itself, and I get out. I'm like, I'm so ready to do these fart jokes. I've never been more in tune with my fart jokes.
Every day I come here, like, what are we going to talk about? I got nothing to do.
And I come in like SEAL Team 6. I'm ready. In fact, I can already already visualize my joke bullet blowing Osama's head off.
It might be a little different.
Same thing. Exactly.
But yeah,
Same.
Supervillain show, I just, I could fall asleep on the way there to get on the
stage. You pull the pin
and,
out and get the drumming.
Yeah.
Like I also saw, and this is all like mini documentaries on TikTok. So who knows? Because I'm looking at some of these, I'm like, how does a 13-year-old boy know how they went into Venezuela and took? You know what I'm saying? Like he's explaining this.
Oh, they use AI for that.
And then I'm just like, how does this person know? Some random person on social media. But they were talking about how there's so much more training behind the scenes that no one ever sees. Like, you know, they build replica houses and then train for over hours a day for so long where they could go through these places with their eyes closed. And then so we only see the ending of
that.
it.
I believe. The schematics and them knowing it for you could know it for, months before you even get dropped off and you go in there. Yeah.
And so just to training, and that goes to show you the Decision Tactical. It's like it's all about the training, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nothing happens, you don't just walk into something knowing it. You have to train for it, you have to build on it and execute what you built on. So it takes time, but it's definitely the way to do it.
Can we get back to the Chinese robots?
We can end with Chinese robots.
Here's what I'm thinking.
We can end with Chinese robots.
I'm thinking Chinese robots pretty soon are going to be fighting against American robots on TV like the Robot Fighting League.
It won't be on TV. It'll be right out front of your door. And it'll be on your yard. And you'll be holding your Dachshund. You'll be holding your little dog and looking out the window. And it's going to be scary.
Yeah.
And you're going to look over at your Rush Limbaugh emergency rations that you bought 20 years ago. Cold War rations.
I'm going to run to my safe and get my rusty revolver. And I'm like, oh, the bullets are old.
Have you guys seen the Chinese
robots? I should have went to Decision Tactical.
Here, I'll put them up. Look at these robots. These are brand new. This is for Lunar New Year yesterday.
Very scary.
Okay, don't look at the kids.
Not
don't
for
look
kids.
So this is not a...
There he is. Okay, look at this guy. He's got a sword. Oh, look at that big-ass robot. He's taller than the other robots.
Yeah.
And then he's holding the child's hand. He's like,
Victory to China.
How awesome is that?
But we got these things, too. America's got those robots. Aaron's seen them. He just can't talk about them.
Yeah, he knows. You know about it. If you've known about him, tap your boot one. Okay, can't tell you what I saw.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that battle. That's going to be fun.
But our robots, instead of having a sword and a little ponytail, they have a big, fat baseball bat. They look like Babe Ruth. They all look like Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
They all have LeBron's hairline. They all like big, fat American baseball stars.
So, Decision Tactical. What's your website again, Savannah?
It's just decisiontactical.com.
Okay,
Boom.
perfect.
Easy to find.
Decision Tactical.
Decision Tactical on all social media.
Make your reservations. This sounds like a great thing. Like, there's already people in the chat room that I know of that are like, oh, we got to get a group to go down there. Perfect for parties, I'm assuming. But obviously, go to the website, do your due diligence, and make a reservation so you have a better experience. Like they said, they can do walk-ins, but if you want to do it right, you would plan it all out.
Yeah, and tell them you heard it on Tom and Dan, because I'm going to ask them to advertise after the show, and for sure, based on the interview, they will not.
This man speaks the truth.
Because you're comedy, if you're not an advertiser, I'm like, oh, chill out a little bit. No, I'm just joking. Thank you guys so much.
Nice meeting you guys, and congrats on everything. Good luck with it. It sounds great. Dom?
Yeah.
Keep
doing what you do, Dom.
I want a photo of where you put
It's going to be right next to my Jalen Suggs.
Okay.
And right next to my Mac McClung.
There you go.
I have a Mac McClung up there.
There you go, Matt. R.I.P. because we lost him to who?
I think he plays with the Bulls.
Golden State, the Bulls?
Golden State.
Yeah,
Anyway, he got traded like 3 times in a row.
Go Magic. And guys, thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Yep, and we will actually see you next Wednesday because Daniel's getting his hip replacement surgery tomorrow.
Yeah. Nothing says youth like getting your hips replaced at 49.
No, but you're going to be better than ever after. Then you'll be like one of these robots.
I could be one of these robots,
just smaller robot.
All right, we'll see you next week.